Act 1, and if you watched my prep for the Warhammer one shot, the purpose of structuring these acts is to give us things that have to happen in each act to move the story forward, revelations of each act. And I would definitely not normally structure my GMing this way, but I'm doing this because I want to be sure that we have individual things occur as we move along. I want to make sure that we move this structure forward, and then we're going to support the act structure with the PCs that we build. So we're going to create characters who are tied into this particular stuff, tied to the NPCs and tied to the structure. So we'll make characters last. We'll concept these characters, and then you can help me build them. And I'm thinking 3rd level because that's when D&D actually starts happening, but we'll go from there. Okay, so in Act 1, we need to break this down into conversation with the good guys, presentation of the threat, and then go to confront the threat, right? Go to confront the threat, right? And then Act 2 will be confront dash hope, right? Confront the Devastator. Try to talk them down. Inevitable conflict. Learn the awful truth. And then climax and endgame. This is confront the true villain. Clash with, what's his name? It's Krakenhawk. Save Ravnica from the beast. Right? There you go. So that's our, more like Kraken hack. Yeah. So that's our act structure. And we go from there. And what'll be fun is hinting in this moment, right? In Act 3, we'll be able to hint at why Krakenhawk really did this. This is the villain. This part is the villain monologue, right? I've seen the future. I've been granted terrible visions. A black dragon emerging from another world. A golden clock. Like this, just they're going insane from these visions they've been given, probably by the Demir, or right by someone else. And the idea here is that they're doing this because they want to save Ravnica. They're a humanoid octoparrot. Yeah. So they probably have like a mind flayer type head, but with feathers that change color. They have maybe like wings for arms, and then they use their beak and their parrot feet to manipulate like or they use their tentacles and parrot feet to manipulate objects. And then they can fly around because they're a bird squid. Also a huge head. Yeah. Okay, great. So that's the clash with Krakenhawk, save Ravnica from the beast. I suppose, or I guess somehow side with Krakenhawk and fight the Boros instead, right? That's our alternate ending. So we'll see. All right, let's lay out these acts. Let's talk about act structure. So in Act 1, we have scenes. Each of these is going to be a scene, each block, and then I'll run down a timeline. So in Act 1, we have introduce Krakenhawk and the commander. Right? This is Act 1 mission briefing. Okay. And then from there, fairly straightforward for Act 1, right? Act 1, confront or like enemy territory. Right? Go to traverse a gruel. What do they call them? Rubble belt? in the wake of the beast. So the idea here is they go to a newly formed rubble belt because the beast has been flailing around and destroying things, and then what's left in its wake, the Gruul show up and start building their like fucked up murder camps or whatever, and that's probably why Krakenhawk and the Committer have such an easy time blaming them, because everywhere the beast goes, the Zhorta build their own like thing. They build stuff. So traverse the Gruul rubble belt in the wake of the beast. This is Act 1. The Act 1 climax and beginning of Act 1 climax is maybe like confront the Devastator, right? Because that's kind of how we had that structured. Yeah, go confront the threat, confront Devastator, and then this part, Act 2 beginning, learn the truth. Oh, and I gotta... So I really only have time for like kind of 1.5, maybe 2 fights. Act 2, we have learn the truth. And then they have to decide what to do. This is where we start to branch. So once they know what's going to happen, we have to kind of predict the rubble belt is a singular thing. Okay, so a Gruul rubble camp, a Zhorta camp. Okay, so Act 2, learn the truth. Learn the truth from Dane Hope. And then we can split. So it might be confront, right? So I guess the question is like, this is like confront the truth, right? So it might be they go to talk to Lambent Flame. Right? That might be something they do. They go back and they're like, listen, this is it, either with or without Krakenhawk, right? It might be, because how do we structure 2, right? This Act 2 is mostly like learning the truth. This is our big fight. So I guess this is kind of like Act 3. So confront the Devastator. Act 2, I guess Act 2 is a fight, the fight with Dane Hope. So let's restructure this a little bit. Act 3. So Act 2 is Act 2, confront the Devastator. Because we honestly, it'll be a full hour to fight and confront the Devastator. I think that's more reasonable. That cuts it down a little. So then they can confront the truth by going to Lambent Flame directly. They could confront the truth by go directly to Krakenhawk. I figure that's their only 2 options, right? They either go there directly or they don't, you know? What do you think? Is there what other things, if you were a PC in this game, what other bullshit would you maybe want to get up to? And remember, I'm going to give them characters, right? Like, they could go to their own guild, go to a guild for help, but I don't think they wouldn't try to fight the monster. No, I don't think so. Yeah. Directly to Krakenhawk, go to Lambent Flame instead. The classic one is hit on people at a tavern. Yeah, okay. Take a long rest. I mean, they're gonna know in their agendas, right? They're not gonna. Yeah, Krakenhawk will be easy to get to because he thinks that he's in charge and he won't know that the PCs. No, they won't. Yeah, they won't know that the PCs know, so it'll be easy to get to him. Yeah, talk to Lambent Flame. Go directly to Krakenhawk. I don't know that there is anything else to do here. Because they know their mission. They have to, and I will guide them, right? The Devastator will tell them like only Krakenhawk can stop the beast. You know, he has a kill switch, right? Confront the Devastator, learn about the kill switch. So if they talk to Lambent Flame, I guess then let's assume it's go direct or go get help from Lambent Flame. So if they go to Lambent Flame, they will get either one of two things will happen. Lambent Flame agrees, right? they're totally gonna go fight. They know they can't. Yeah, does Lambent Flame believe them or not, right? So the commander convince the commander. The commander unconvinced. Okay. So we've got this, and we gotta here. And then this guy, and then they can either go to Act 3, like that, or like that, and then from here, it's either gonna be one of these or the other. If they fail to convince the commander, then they have to go confront Krakenhawk alone, right? They're on their own. And then if they convince the commander, maybe the commander comes along. The Boros sends reinforcements. So they can get some help. Yeah. Like, good, let's go get him. You got to come with us. Okay, so this just complicates with one more scene. And then either way, these things both lead to this one. Okay. Good. Okay. Is that going to come down to a persuade check? Pretty much. Yeah, I won't have time for it to be much more. And then Act 3, confront Krakenhawk. And then lastly, this will be like finale. One of two things will happen, right? So fight Krakenhawk, or finale, fight the commander. So this will either be fight the commander in the moment, or like join Krakenhawk. And if we don't have time, if Krakenhawk convinces them, we can do a like the end thing where they're like, yes, I'm glad you've seen the right of it. Join me, and we will destroy this Boros fool together and save Ravnica. Yeah, so, and then they'll fight the commander, or like, I guess this is like fight Krakenhawk or join Krakenhawk rather than like fight the commander. We can flavor it a bunch of ways. Okay. Join Krakenhawk. And they have to choose, right? He will try to convince them. So it's like they try to convince the commander, and then Krakenhawk tries to convince them. So Krakenhawk's deal is like, I know, like we're in grave danger. You have to help me. And then I think that this is kind of like, yeah, disable the nuke or set off the nuke. It'll have the beast rampage in the background. Totally. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. And there's got to be like fight Krakenhawk, and this is where they like they like somehow in the fight they interrupt control over the beast, right? Like, no, you fools, you can't. And then he's like, I can't control it anymore. And it like rampages through and knocks over the lab, and there's a whole fucking thing. Yeah. Or we get the bad ending, the evil ending, where they're like, yes, good. So yeah, when they get here, join Krakenhawk, and then it's like kill switch, engaged, etc. Yeah, let the beast loose, control the beast, kill the beast with the switch. Exactly. So they'll have some options. This is generally my thing. Well, no, they don't have a choice. They can't convince the commander and Krakenhawk. Krakenhawk cannot be convinced. Krakenhawk will have to join them, and if the commander is with them, then the commander turns on them. And if the commander isn't with them, and they decide to join Krakenhawk, I can always have the Boros show up and be like, the commander, like, the idea here is that what I want to do is have options to bring in scenes as I go. Yeah, right. So if I don't need them, if it's like, shit, we got 20 minutes, we don't have to have a big fight, or we've got another hour, I might as well bring in some Boros to cause some trouble, right? Yeah, we've tracked the monster's magic control back to this lab or whatever. Yeah, totally. Okay, perfect. So now I need to structure encounters. So what encounters do I need mechanics for? Pretty much just like a gang of Gruul morons. I need the Dane Dashhope encounter. I need the a potential group of Boros goons, and then I need the commander. What's her nuts? Commander Lambent Flame. There we go. Okay. Gang of Gruul morons, Dane Dashhope, Boros goons, Commander Lambent Flame, and then I guess also Krakenhawk, right? Speaker Krakenhawk. No, they are not going to fight the monster. If they go up against the monster, I will just knock them all out and have them like wake up somewhere else. You cannot fight him. Like, it's just not, it's not possible. The thing is, it's bigger than a Trask because it doesn't have stats. They're level 3. I don't think they're going to try and fight it themselves. They know they're small. They're level 3, and the monster is CR 1 billion. It's a god to them, yeah. And the thing is, I can just tell the players beforehand, you cannot fight this thing. Do not try. It will ruin the one shot. Don't do it. And they'll be like, okay, we won't. Yeah, it's a 12-12 with hexproof and invulnerable or whatever. But yeah, the session 0 is just tell the players you can't fight this thing. This is not a one shot about 4 idiots fighting Godzilla. You cannot do it. Don't. And then they'll be like, okay, we won't, because that would ruin the performance, right? It's like how in improv, you don't say like, okay, so we have a scene and we're in a video rental store, and you're like, cool, I come in and I have a machine gun and I kill everybody. Haha, I win improv, right? Like you just talk to them as players first, and then they won't do it because they know that would ruin the game. It's easy, so easy. Okay, so let's assume, give me 1 second. Let's assume that I have 4 players. I'm gonna, you know, if you've ever GM'd in the history of GMing, you know the tool I am opening now. Welcome to the Kobold Fight Club, friends. So I have 4 players of level 3. Four players of level 3. Let's make some encounters. So for the Gruul morons, I want like a medium encounter with like goblins, basically. So we got some goblins. We got maybe like they're led by a barbarian. I think Dane is gonna be a barbarian, but I basically want this encounter to be a pushover. Now there's no oh, goblin gang members. That's even better. Let's do that. Goblin gang members. But I think they're probably the same. Let me see. Goblin gang members. They're from that adventure, so they might not show up. I think they might be stats-wise the same. Goblin gang member. Let's see what they are in Ravnica. They have random possessions. Nimble escape, crossbows, daggers. They look like they're just goblins. Yeah. Yeah, standard ass Gruulblins. Okay. Well, let's look at monsters, Gruul monsters, and see what I got. So, because they have a monsters by Monsters by guild. So let's see what that looks like. Supplemental material? No. I never, Ravnica creature and monsters. Here we go. Creatures by guild. Oh, Sunder Shaman and... here we go. Anarchs. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Anarchs. They're totally a thing. Yeah. Cool. And then, yeah, we could use wargs as like, boars, right? So, okay. So we figured regular goblins. They only have were-boars. How about they have giant pigs? Reset those filters. Boars? There we go. Boar, goblin, and then anarch. These are all CR like a quarter. So 2 anarchs, 2 boars. Oops. I'll just delete those goblins. 2 anarchs, 2 boars, 2 goblins. 3 goblins, a boar, and 2 anarchs. I think that's probably fine. Let's be a pushover encounter. Okay, so 2x goblin, 2x or 1x boar, and 3 anarchs. Is that how I did it? No, 3 goblins and 2 anarchs. Okay, 3 goblins, 2 anarchs, and a boar. No problem. Okay, so Dane, I would like this to be. This might be the only fight, but I still think. I mean, that's the idea, Dave, is that, like, remember, we're using no map, no minis, people who are not necessarily, like I want them to be pushovers. This game cannot end with all the players dying, and that cannot be a possible risk, right? It has to be a pushover fight that's just a set piece, and probably they'll run away. This is just, like, a minor threat to wear them down slightly. Dane is likely going to be a sort of a boss encounter. They'll still win, but maybe someone will like get knocked to 0. So this will make this a hard encounter. Yeah, Dane's got bodyguards, right? So Dane is they're called berserkers, right? Okay, a berserker. And then let's do like a berserker and the bodyguard, like an ogre. Yeah, they get to show off their cool abilities and yeah, okay. So Dane Dash Hope, Berserker, and then I need to add an NPC. We need an ogre. I need a Ravnican ogre here. So Dane's bodyguard, big stupid ogre like Grubnar or something. Let's look up ogre name generator. Verg, Blurrock, Widigut, Blygork. These are ridiculous. Bleak, Newzog, Drazog, Yerk. These are so amazing. Gokor, Ugork, Bukor, Klizrug, Vrug, Ick, Mookorg, Blarg Blarg, Shreknar. Let's call them Uklorg. Vonk. Ooh, Vonk's good. Yugazug. Kink. Sounds like a Rakdos ogre to me. Oh, Blogrot. Blogrot's pretty good. I had Blogrot. I had to delete it. All right, yeah, Blogrot. Blogrot, the bodyguard. Cool. An ogre. Cool. All right. Blogrot, the bodyguard. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? Tedagub. Blogrot. Good. Okay. So we have a berserker and an ogre for this encounter. Good. Now we don't really have any casters, which is fine because we can make the bad guys casters. So a group of Boros goons So these goons are basically there to either fight with Lambent Flame against the PCs or against Krakenhawk for the PCs. So I think these are just going to be guards, right? So let's put Lambent Flame and the Boros goons together as one encounter, because you're not going to see them necessarily alone. So Lambent Flame, I think, is like a vet or a knight, probably a veteran or a soldier. Veteran's medium on her own. What's a soldier? Soldier's half CR. Let's see. Let's do guard. How many guards can I get? Right, like 2 guards and a veteran is hard to begin with. Oh yeah, Krakenhawk's going to be a caster for sure. Let's see what else we got for creatures by Boros. Creatures by Boros. So the Boros Legion. Yeah, we'll just have like a Fire Main Angel show up. Mastiff, Frontline Medic, Lizard Folk, Flamekin, Soldier. Yeah, okay, so it's all CR half and whatever. A Knight is a higher CR than a Veteran, right? Yeah, CR3. Oh, it's about the same. Okay. All right, so we'll have a veteran and 2 guards. That's fine. So veteran, 2 guards. Okay. That's Lambent Flame and the Boros goons, and then Krakenhawk and company, because I'm gonna have to make this a hard encounter too to like balance it out. Let's find some kind of like good Simic-y caster type thing. Simic Combine. What are like, how difficult is a category 1 Krasis? Oh, they're CR1. Okay. We can make some like mysterious little baby Krasi. Is there a caster? Simic Merfolk, category 1 caster, giant octopus, hybrid poisoner, hybrid shocker, druid, hybrid brute, hybrid flyer, mage, but mage is CR6. Biomancer is CR10. Like, what do we make Krakenhawk? What kind of humanoid caster type? I think like a druid kind of makes sense. Yeah, transmuters. Right. Good call. Let's either a transmuter or a druid. Yeah. Deadly on his own. But see, the thing with a biomancer is that it'd be so hard to kill. I mean, I can play him as a transmuter and have him like pull his punches. So if the players are smart, they'll go there with some help. I mean, yeah, transmuter won't be that hard. You want to look at the transmuter stats and spells and stuff? Okay. Ray of Frost, Mage Armor, Chromatic Orb, Hold Person, Fireball, Telekinesis, Stone Skin. I think a transmuter is fine because it's a caster and they can mangle him and whatever. And it's not just about fighting him. Yeah, I think I'll probably clear out Fireball is not on brand for him. Yeah, so let's do that, and let's go transmuter, and then option of in case I need to boost the fight. Yeah, he'll die super fast without backup. So option of category 1 Krasis. Yeah, right. And then this encounter, let's see, encounter isn't about beating Krakenhawk exactly, but getting a hold of the beast controller. And also, every time Krakenhawk, like show that Krakenhawk, if they hurt Krakenhawk, the beast like gets out of control, right? Hurt or distracted. The beast does some bad shit outside. Yeah. So the idea here is like you can't go after Krakenhawk unless if he dies, it might free the beast. And then what are they gonna do, right? Like, the device is tuned to him. If they kill him right away, then there'll be a secondary. I guess this is the thing. Let's do this. So fight Krakenhawk, and then like seize control of the beast or activate the kill switch, right? So if they decide to fight him, that means they have to do something about the beast, or the beast will just rampage wildly. And it'll be, this is the, if they fail, yeah, check this out. Okay, so this is the evil ending, right? And then there's two options here. So this, if they do it, this is the good ending. They stop or kill the beast. They kill the beast, right? And then we have another option for ending here that lets us, where they seize control, and this is the selfish ending. Control the beast. Seize the beast. There you go. Look at all these options we have. So they can either join Krakenhawk and be like, yes, good, good. Or they can destroy the beast and save Ravnica. Or they can seize control. And I think we'll do like this one, kill the beast. This is the Nicol Bolas good ending, right? So we get a little cutscene at the end where if they join Krakenhawk, this is the mwahaha like evil ending. If we go to this one, they kill the beast. This is where we get like the finale, the end credit scene would be like Domri going to Nicol Bolas and being like, the beast is dead, my lord. And Nicol Bolas being like, good, one less stop between me and my domination of Ravnica. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Right? Where they're like, you did it, you killed the beast, but the beast was actually in Nicol Bolas's way. You don't know that. And then the selfish ending, this will be the Nicol Bolas. How interesting cutscene, right? This is the Domri going to Nicol Bolas and being like, my lord, Krakenhawk's beast still lives, but Krakenhawk himself is dead. And Nicol Bolas being like, we should keep an eye on these four. They are going to be important in the time to come. You know, like this is the like you get to be a big deal at the end. If they free the beast, this is the chaotic neutral ending. The chaos ending. I guess like the beast rampages throughout Ravnica. Like it's bad. Yes, the Jurassic Park Jurassic Park ending. I like that. Okay, cool. So they've got a bunch of options here for how we get to the end and some things of how it plays out. But this is the general structure of our one shot. We got some characters. We got some encounters squared away. I don't have to plan maps or anything like that. I know what kind of enemies we think of a thing. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean it's not like necessarily like Domri himself, but you know what I mean. Like, yeah, the Gruul see it as a god, and it furthers their aim. So basically, now I need some PCs. Now with four players, I think I'm gonna make 6 characters, right? And give them choices. So let's talk about PCs. I think I started a category up here. Let's cut them. Okay. All right. So PCs. Now I need race, class, background, and then agenda. So PC 1. Let's do, because I'm just going to give them all guild backgrounds. So let's make them all a different guild. So Selesnya. Selesnya, Boros, Simic, Demir, Az, It's like Demira's Boros, maybe. I'm also that. No Azorius allowed. Nope. Dimir as Boros. I don't want an Is It one either. I want to try to make them different. So let's make a Gruul one, and a Golgari one. Yeah. And Gruul. Okay, so Selesnya, Elf Druid, Boros, Minotaur, Fighter, Simic. What do we think for Simic? Hybrid, obviously, because that's the most fun. Oh, though maybe the Simic should be a Vidalcan. Yeah, I think we should make them a Vidalcan. Yeah. Golgari. I think the Golgari has to be a human. I'd like them to be a Devkarin, but I don't want to have two elves. Let's do this. Human Druid. No, Loxodon, obviously. Obviously. And then human. This is a Devkarin. Devkarin Elf Ranger, maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna pre-gen all their forms and crap for them. Yeah, totally. I'll just say you can turn into these things. And they've played 5e before, yeah. So the Dimira's Boros will be a rogue. I think probably a human rogue. And then the Gruul, half elf, no goblin, obviously, goblin barbarian. So what class should this Vidalcan be, this Simic? Wizard, obviously. There you go. Okay. I'd like to have a cleric in here, but I can't really. Yeah. Because there just isn't there isn't any one of these that I would swap out for a cleric. Because I think we need two. Because what do we got? We got a druid. That's an option. We got the Boros could be a cleric, right? But I want a fighter option. Yeah, we could swap this from druid to cleric. That might actually make more sense. Yeah, like a cleric of light or whatever. That's better, I think. Because we're only going to get 4 of these 6. So, okay. So we need to make a Loxodon cleric, a Minotaur fighter, a Vidalcan wizard. Okay, and I'm just going to make these in Roll20, and then I'm going to, I guess, form fill some character sheets for them. Yeah, and then this should probably be Spore Druid. And if they're 3rd level, let's specify here. So, light. Dave, what's a fairly easy fighter? Champion? And then wizards have to be what? Now remember, Stargamer, nobody gives a flying fuck about these characters being optimized. Nobody. Nobody cares about that. So they just need to be fun to play. Transmutation. Abjuration. It's a school of magic, right? So they get, can we do transmutation? Because they're Simic, right? So this character is like a foil to the bird guy, right? This is like the Simic joining because it's oh, this is embarrassing. And we want to deal with them internally. Okay. So this human rogue, I think thief or assassin. I'm going to go assassin because that's more fun to play. And then the Devkarin Elf Druid is Spore Druid. And then the Goblin Barbarian is Berserker, probably. Yeah, I think probably just Berserker. Okay, and then their agenda is the beast is a living thing. Protect, save it. Living thing being manipulated. It must be saved, and it must be saved. You can't, don't let them kill it, right? The Boros Minotaur fighter, the Gruul, this is easy. The Gruul clans must be stopped At all costs. Bring, what's her name? Dane. Bring Dane to justice. There is more to this creature than meets the eye. Learn its origins. So, what does the Dimir want here? What does the Dimir secretly want? Pretending to be a Boros. Right, yeah. Something else going on here. Find out who's really pulling the strings. Find out what they know. Also, pretend to be a stupid Boros. Okay, so the Golgari, Devkaran Elf Druid, what do they want? The beast would make a glorious corpse servant. Make sure it dies so the Golgari can claim it. Hell yeah. Totally. And then the Gruul Goblin Barbarian, this is like a personal clan issue, right? The Zhur-Taa have overstepped and bring dangerous ruin to us all. Dane must be put in their place, but spared if at all possible, right? It's a rival, like, yeah, put Dane in their place. The problem here is the Zhur-Taa shouldn't have done this. This isn't true. This isn't religious. Like, this is something else. This isn't a sign, right? So they have to make sure that Dane gets put in their place. Yeah. Cool. It's a clan thing. Yeah. Goblin Barbarian will have disadvantage on heavy weapon attacks and dual wielding with, so we'll make him a sword and board barbarian. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. How about this? Dane must face Gruul justice, not Boros. Yeah, there we go. Cool. That works.